A threefold training. The Buddha declared that all of his teachings could be resolved into two categories: those revealing the nature of human suffering, and those that deal with the cessation of that suffering. He taught that true liberation can only be brought about by cultivation of the Noble Eightfold Path, a comprehensive and integrated training or education of body, speech, and mind. The ultimate freedom from suffering, realized through a clear vision of the true nature of things, occurs when all factors of that path are brought in unison to maturity. Formal meditation practice, that is to say, the application of specific mind training exercises, usually in the sitting or walking postures, lies at the heart of the Eightfold Path. Nevertheless, it is only truly effective as a means to liberation when cultivated in conjunction with the other path factors. This principle of the holistic nature of the path was fundamental to Luang Por Chah's meditation teachings. Luang Por preferred to speak about cultivation of the path in terms of the threefold training, a convention by which the 8 constituent factors are resolved into 3 related spheres of practice. Sila, consisting of right speech, right action, and right livelihood. Samādhi, an umbrella term for the training of the mind consisting of right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. And Panya, consisting of right view and right resolve. To Luang Por, Sila, Samādhi, and Panya were different aspects of the same process, divided into 3 because, at any moment, one of them would take center stage, while the other 2 offered essential background support. In one analogy, he said the 3 combined to improve the mind as a combination of spices enhanced the delicious curry. Correct practice of these 3 aspects of the path leads, he said, to a Dhamma practice which is beautiful in the beginning, beautiful in the middle, and beautiful in the end. Meditation at Wat Pah Pong was fully embedded in a way of life designed to minimize the impediments to growth in Dhamma and maximize the supporting conditions. Meditators were celibate. They practiced in a forest, secluded from coarser sense impingement, under the guidance of a master and with the support of a community of like-minded friends. The emphasis on such virtues as wise shame and wise fear of consequences, sense restraint, contentment with little, patience and mindfulness in all postures, created the foundations underlying the inner transformation for which meditation practice was to be the catalyst. Given the Buddha's famous utterance, "Mind is the chief, mind is the forerunner of all things," it might seem sufficient for meditators to focus all their attention on the mind itself. But Luang Por disagreed with the view that simply by training the mind in meditation, appropriate actions and speech would naturally follow. It's not possible to simply train the mind, neglecting actions and speech. These things are connected. Practicing with the mind until it's smooth, refined, and beautiful is similar to producing a finished wooden pillar or plank. Before you can obtain a pillar that is smooth, varnished, and attractive, you must first go and cut a tree down. Then you must cut off the rough parts, the roots and branches, before you split it, saw it, and work it. Practicing with the mind is the same as working with the tree. You have to work with the coarse things first. You have to destroy the rough parts, destroy the roots, destroy the bark, and everything which is unattractive, in order to obtain that which is attractive and pleasing to the eye. You have to work through the rough to reach the smooth. Restraint within voluntarily adopted boundaries for action and speech, watching over body and speech, as Luang Por would put it, also requires an inner training. Meditators must be constantly aware of whether or not the volitional impulses behind their behavior are tainted with defilement, Luang Por said that keeping sila required catching the outlaw and making him into the village headman. The mind with the intention to transgress must be persuaded to become the mind with the intention not to transgress. You must sustain awareness at every moment and in every posture, whether standing, walking, sitting or lying down. Before you perform any action, speak or engage in conversation, first establish your awareness. Practice like this until you are fluent. Practice so that you can keep abreast of what's going on in the mind. Practice to the point at which mindfulness becomes effortless, and you are mindful before you act, mindful before you speak. On the initial level of sila, samādhi manifests as the consistent, unshakable determination to refrain from breaking any of the precepts, and by an unwavering mindfulness and restraint. As a result, the mind is able to reflect upon experience as right or wrong, wholesome or unwholesome. It is aware of sense experience and is able to investigate inner reactions of like and dislike to that experience. The wisdom faculty is now starting to manifest. The aspect of the mind which identifies and chooses the good from the bad, the right from the wrong, amongst all the mind objects within your field of awareness, is a nascent form of paññā. The threefold training at this point is still quite coarse, but it's on the refined side of coarseness. The coconut palm absorbs the water from the earth and pulls it up through the trunk. By the time the water reaches the coconut itself, it has become clean and sweet, even though it is derived from that plain water in the ground. The coconut palm is nourished by what are essentially the coarse earth and water elements, which it absorbs and purifies, and these are transformed into something far sweeter and purer than before. In the same way, the practice of sila, samādhi and paññā, in other words, magga, the path, has coarse beginnings, but as a result of training and refining the mind through meditation and reflection, it becomes increasingly subtle. Put simply, when sila, samādhi and paññā mature, they form the one true path. A base of merit.